Now this little poem I wrote exactly a year ago, and as the snow was coming down pretty heavy up there in Idaho, and I want to read it to you because I haven't memorized it yet. So if you'll bear with me, I'll go ahead and we'll read it to you. It says, "It's strange how a dripping faucet can keep a family up all night. In the morning they're all grumpy and the feeling ain't just right. That noisy little monotone has no melody or beat, like caves and dungeons that are dark and wet, a place of no retreat. Sometimes I lay in silence and listen to it say that it's counting all my heartbeats until I pass away. Finally in the morning, when I can take no more, I turn the faucet toward the cloth, and there is silence as before. I look down in the sink where the faucet used to be, and there's a half a cup of water looking up at me. Water is the source of life and can be said without contention, but every now and then I guess it wants a little attention. The same thing goes for that darn noisy rain that dances on the tin and wakes me up to remind me of things that should have been brought in. Then there are the noisy rivers and waterfalls that drown out the human voice, and you have to use sign language if you haven't any choice. Oh, that noisy, noisy water. It has a language of its own, but if you listen to it carefully, you'll never be alone. It will tell you where it comes from, be it river, brook, or spring. It begs of you to take it. Oh, what a beautiful thing. But like a waiting, it warns you of the stagnant water that doesn't make a sound, but like a waiting serpent prepared to take you down. Then there are times when the nights are long and I'm lying in my bed. I'm awakened by the silent sound I sometimes dread. Then through the window on the mirror I see a yellow light. It flashes for a moment, then flickers out of sight. Then comes that old familiar scraping, muffled sound, a sound I know so well when Old Man Winter comes around. I peer outside the window at that ice cream covered ground and marvel at the moment when 1,000,000 tons of water fell and never made a sound. That is the silence of the snow. I will always stare and wonder at the silence of the snow. I sailed a ship, made the faucet drip, a spring to sip, taught the river to sing, brought the bees to sting, and never said a thing.